we understand is on fire. Laura, can you hear us? Can you tell us what you're seeing and who you? Oh my goodness! Wow.
Yeah, Claire and Andre, I can hear you guys. Yeah, check it out. This fire is still going, and what you will not see out here are any firefighters. We have not seen any firefighters in the area. It took us quite a while to make our way out here. This used to be a Family Dollar. You see a couple of carts right here. You just see it's still smoldering, and then there's still flames shooting up on this side. We've been out here about 5-10 minutes or so now. We still hear pops inside there. I did just wrap up a news conference with the Unified Command, and they tell me that still there's so much going on. Firefighters are not able to make their way out there. But as we go to the next business over, I want you to check this out. This is the O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is another store that had been looted. You see that the windows are broken out. You see a couple of things from inside now outside. We have not seen any of the owners. Busted glass everywhere. The only good thing, I guess, for this store is it was not set on fire. Some of these things will be able to be salvaged. People busted into this store, and look at all the damage they have done. You see t-shirts and skirts and racks all knocked over, glass all over here. Check it out. You see legs of mannequins just tossed about. When you look back in here, this glass is completely gone. Look at everything they were able to get away with. When they did get out and jump out the windows, they went to another store. They went to a shoe store. I'm surrounded by shoe boxes. I've seen a couple of Air Jordan shoe boxes, some Nikes on the ground. You see just hangers everywhere. And no, these guards didn't protect them because they were able to bust right through. And look at all the shoes that they were able to get away with.
You right there where you are giving us both examples of what we've been seeing this morning, either a business that has been burned or a business that has been looted. You have both right there.
Yeah, or businesses that have been looted and then burned, because we've seen that too. Because this is the better visual, we're going to go back over here. It's just, it's hard to tell even how this fire specifically started. The firefighters said that they were not going to go into this structure originally. In fact, for the last 20 minutes, we've seen a large ladder up over it, spraying water directly in, trying to put out the hot spots. I've heard you and Claire mentioning that there have been different businesses where hot spots have started back up. Yeah. But I was at the Little Caesars, also in Ferguson, within the last 2 hours. I spoke with a manager there who was just so upset because he said, you know, the elected officials said that this was not going to happen, that they were going to do what they could to protect the businesses, but there are 25 businesses at least where something like this has happened. So you can imagine how many people this impacts, how many people are out of jobs, and just the mass destruction all through this area. Assistant Chief, this is the first time you and I have been able to talk. What can you tell us about what you have seen all night?
It's been a very long night, approximately 25 structure fires throughout the city of Ferguson and the city of Delwood.
You've been to 25?
Yeah.
How many of them would you say are a total loss?
At least half of them.
And Assistant Chief, how stressful has it been for you guys with gunfire going around and you not being able to get to these different locations?
Well, it's hard to do, but...
And you still see smoke going into the air. And Claire and Andre, the only reason we are even here right now is because we were trying to get to another fire, and then there were roadblocks because of all this. So you see a University City fire truck. It looks like it might be about ready to leave. But since that just moved, if Nick can zoom in a little bit, you can really see the destruction of whatever that building right on the corner of this strip mall was. You can see that there was a laundromat next to a chop suey restaurant, next to a nail place. We are seeing a lot of windows busted, and you see the major damage. It is still smoldering. We're not sure when this fire was set, but something that I did just notice as we were getting ready, if we can, zoom over here, there is another strip mall. Check it out. This one is completely boarded. Good thing for them because nothing happened to them, but their neighbors just across this road right here, it's a much different situation. I talked to an assistant fire chief for Ferguson earlier. He told me there were at least 25 active fires overnight, and I think this might be the fourth one that we have seen personally, and we are getting ready to go to another one. Everywhere you go here, you're just running into more emergency vehicles and more scenes like this.
We just want to emphasize that you and your photographer are now safe. Give us an idea of what exactly happened.
We are safe, Claire, and we were safe. I think most of our reporters have probably said it all night. We're a little jumpy. The police are a little jumpy. So at 3 in the morning, when a group of people come up and get out of their cars and just come up to you, it is kind of startling when there's a fire going, when so many shots have been fired overnight. They said they just wanted to talk. We thought it was best to go ahead and just go off the air, kind of get our bearings again. But now we are giving you yet another look at this Family Dollar. You see it is still burning all the way through. I've covered a lot of fires, and this one is totally different because there's no signs that firefighters have ever been out here. There's no water, there's no ice on the ground. You usually see that white foam left over. There's definitely none of that. And the most telling thing, you guys are seeing a whole lot of flames. On West Florissant and Chambers is right here, and looking at this destruction, I have to think it has to be more than 2 dozen. Check it out. This is a salon, busted out windows everywhere. Right next to it is a nail salon, busted out windows. Then you see a tax service that all the windows there are gone. And then on the very end, it's hard to tell what that business even was. Everyone you see in the orange vests, like right there, they are all clergy members. In fact, just a few minutes ago, they did a prayer in the middle of Hanley and Forsyth. They say they're going to be out here a while longer. It is sure different than what you just described, where it might have been the center of the universe last night. It is desolate right now. In fact, hardly anyone is out here. We're the only media that really remains. That is because there were peaceful protests this morning, and then they all pretty much left. Things have been very quiet. The Justice Center is shut down today. The only movement really happening in there is as they discharge the at least 61 people who were arrested last night. Everything, though, very quiet. The police officers out here are very quiet, very serious today. Not your typical Tuesday in Clayton. We'll send it back to you guys.
And very different for you, because you were in a much different atmosphere overnight when you were reporting. Tell us about that.
I sure was. Nick Zervos, the photojournalist that I am with, we got on the road right around 12:30 this morning. First went to the Unified Command news conference around 1:30, and then we went out on the streets of Ferguson, and our first live shot, I think it was around 2:30 this morning, was at a Family Dollar that was still burning, and firefighters could not make it there yet. It was not safe for them. So during our live shot, we were showing the fire. Then we were walking over showing where an O'Reilly's auto store had been looted. And during the middle of that live shot, a car pulled up to us. And I'm guessing that you're about to see the video here. A car pulled up to us on my right side, and a gentleman got out, a gentleman who was rather angry. I would use the word belligerent. Dropping a lot of cuss words, and got way too close for comfort for us. We understand that people are very upset, very emotional, but it was just an uncomfortable situation for us. I made the call to tell Claire and Andre, hey, we're going to go for a second. We will be back. Nick and I are totally fine. Nothing happened. But in these type of situations where emotions are so high and it is so dark outside and there are no emergency responders around, we have to make sure that we are safe. But for any of you who are watching, I know it scared some people. We are okay. We evaluated the situation. When it was safe again, we went back to reporting from all the different locations.